Hello everybody. I've been wanting to do this video for quite some time now. Little late in the year, but I think I finally have gotten to a place where I can sit down, focus, and get this on video. Basically, this is a video about my intentions for the year. There's a quote from Wayne Dyer: "Our intention creates our reality." So I really want to take this time to put my intention out there, not just write it down, not just know what it is, but really put it out there so that my reality really could come true. And maybe some of you guys could help me stay accountable. Maybe, check in and say, how are you doing with this? Or how are you doing with that? So that's why I'm putting this up on YouTube, and see how it goes. And if it works for me, I'll do it again next year. So I broke my intentions down into 4 different categories: health, financial well-being, vocation and or creative expression, and relationships. So for the area of health, as some of you may know, I have in the past been struggling with a lot of issues surrounding my health. I have worked on all sorts of food issues, and broke it down and eliminated so many things from my diet. I've gotten to the bare bones of this, and I'm still working at it. This has led to me realizing that I need to produce my own food, not buy processed food so much, etc. And it has been really, really tough to get this continued effectively at a cost that is doable. So this spring I'm going to be starting a garden, more so than I already have, and hopefully that will help with the grocery costs. So my intentions are to maintain a healthy eating habits that work for me in spite of my perceived circumstances. I also want to create a garden, like I mentioned, that enhances my health and creates a source of giving to others. Another one of my health intentions is to create a food routine that brings me joy, ease, and spiritual uplifting, and enhance my physical abilities. Some of the ways that I figure that I could possibly do these is to create kind of a pseudo homestead where I'm living, that will sustain myself more, as well as enhance the health of the family that I'm living with. Some of the ideas that I've come up with is putting in an in-ground garden space. Right now I've got some Kratky hydroponic lettuce going, but I wanted to expand upon that so that grow more lettuce, as well as grow some other things in the garden that they would enjoy as well. I want to increase my Kratky hydroponics with the leafy greens. I thought about in the backyard creating a gardening workstation, sink in the backyard so that I could not have to do it on the pool deck and create a mess that's in everybody's way. I have already put in a compost center, and so we're trying to develop a system of composting more effectively. And as the season rolls on and the warm weather heats up, so that hopefully that'll start happening more and more. And I'm considering starting a flock of quail in the backyard for egg production, and see kind of how that goes, and dabble in that a little bit on a very low scale, at least this year, maybe expand upon it in the future. Some of the ways that I want to help give back to the community is by working at my spiritual center and maybe creating a garden experience for them as well as the camp where I'm at right now. This camp is for adults with developmental disabilities, and I think a gardening program in their summer camping sessions would be really, really cool, to enhance everything that's going on. And so it would be cool to really see about developing that. I'm not sure that will get into play this year, but I definitely want to at least explore those options. I am hopefully going to be able to go to the Homesteaders of America conference in October. I'm looking forward to that. Putting in plans and trying to find ways to pay for it. Exploring options for sleeping, etc. How I'm going to eat as I go, these kinds of things, the logistics of doing that. Hoping to meet some of the YouTubers that are going to be there and learn a lot more about how I can start my homesteading experience. Some of the other intentions I have is to blog and vlog consistently. That one's going to be a real challenge for me, since getting on the camera really throws me for a loop, and kind of I still have a lot of resistance to it, but I think it'd be good for me to be able to do. For my spiritual health, I really want to get into the practice of following through with an in spite of actions, where I do things in spite of the circumstances, or I at least get a mindset that I can do things and find creative ways to do things in spite of what I think is the problem or think is the obstacle that's in my way. So one of the other things I would like to do is to research and experiment and develop a system of food production and preparation and consumption that will allow me to have more freedom to go places and to do more things. So that's going to take a lot of logistics, a lot of experimenting. I'm hoping to establish that, because right now it feels like I'm stuck at home most of the time, and when I do go places I got to take the kitchen sink with me, and it's very frustrating. So hopefully that's one of my big goals for the year. The next area in which the next area of my intentions for this year is financial well-being. So my intentions are to feel stable and secure through all parts of the financial roller coaster, and to create a consistent, sustainable financial flow that empowers thriving for myself and an abundant, free ability to give to others. So last year I had started on the Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University and learned quite a few things about finances that I never really knew. How to do things, etc. And I started implementing them. And because I had done that, I had built up an emergency fund. And when life happened, I had that to work with. And I still am in the process of rebuilding that. So that's one of my goals this year, is to rebuild that emergency fund. I also would like to do some purging. Not just of my stuff, but to purge my bills. To let go of the things that I want to purge all my credit cards. I don't want to do those anymore. I had stopped using them last year, but this year I'm looking at options to get them to get them taken care of and out of my out of the picture altogether. And so that's one of the other goals, is to completely get rid of those. So those are some of the things I think would help me financially. I've really been keeping track of my finances more adamantly than I had, even more so than last year. And I'm finding creative ways to do things and basically trust God that things will get taken care of no matter what. And it's really been, even just this last year was a really interesting spiritual ride. And I hope to continue with that and learn fully how to trust God with all aspects of my life, and finances is a big one. Another area of intention for this year is vocation and or creative expression. So one of the things that I intend to do is to find a doing that brings pleasure and allows for my continual growth of my health. Another intention that I have in this area would be to voice some of the things that I came here to share. Also to establish and maintain a routine of creative release. One of the ways in which I think I can do that is to carve time each week so that I could do more artwork. I also want to find creative avenues of income and pursue the feasible ones. Another thing that I have plans on working on is developing a business plan with a coach, a self-employment coach. It won't get completed this year because it's a 2-year process and I just started it, but to work on that and at least narrow down, exactly what I want to pursue, and hopefully some of that will start to come to fruition throughout the year. Probably one of the biggest intentions in this area is to find my homesteading companion. I really am looking for someone who wants to homestead with me, who wants to explore the areas of self-sustainability, the areas of connecting with nature, and the areas of living non-traditionally. One of the ways in which to do this might be to find a way to creatively insert myself into the dating world. I don't know quite how to do that. I don't drink, so bars are out. I don't drink coffee, so coffee houses are out. Socializing and navigating the social world has always been a challenge to me, and I don't find it fun. I find it a lot of work. So this is an avenue in which I'm going to have to really get creative in order to meet people so that the right person shows up for me. I want to thank you for coming along on my journey with me today. And if you're interested in continuing to follow along, please hit subscribe, like, etc. You know the routine. Click on that little bell if you want notifications when I upload more things. You have a wonderful and blessed day.